there's anything wrong with it, and it does happen, even to like the best of the best. But I would hold off on like making a joke out of how bad you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's like you went from like drowning to sinking by doing that. Because you're
you're going down with the ship essentially.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just waiting your turn, waiting to get somewhere, waiting for good stuff to come to your mind, make people laugh, waiting for that idea to happen. It's a lot of waiting. It's just a lot of, you know, like for every 30 minutes a comedian does in a week, that's like maybe 4 hours. When I quit, because I bombed in front of my dad. It was so horrible. It was a horrible bomb, dude. Like I'll be honest, I think I was doomed to fail. Like before I even got on the stage, there was this comedian, right? And he was just doing his bit, but there was this one part where he's like, yo, I suck with women, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I get no play, I get no pussy. You know what I mean? This guy knows what he means. And I'm like, why are you pointing at me? Like, how did I get heckled and I'm not even performing, right? That was bullshit. Because I didn't know what he meant. It's fucked up. Nah, that's not fair. You can't just do that. Heckle me before I even get on stage. That was dumb. And then I proceeded to go up, and then I just failed in front of my family. And now I'm here. That's so stupid, man. Like, you know what? Also, I think comedians, they get to a point where they don't get insulted. They just get heckled. Like, their girlfriends are like, you don't listen to me. And they're just like, dude, I don't know whether to roast you or like, no, all right. Let's do crowd work. Who's funnier, Josue or Jose right now? This guy on stage. So my thing was that I enjoyed being funny, and it got to a point where I got really good at it, to the point where I felt like there wasn't someone who I would interact with that I couldn't laugh, and I just had fun with it. Like it's just like most things that you love doing. It's for the fun of it. But the moment I realized like you're not, because there's a difference between being a comedian and a funny guy. Like one's an artist and one's a good person to hang out with. The moment I think for me was there was this guy at my school, and he had like a whole, like his whole thing was he was like funny. Like he was really popular, and I'd like never looked up to anyone at that time, like that I knew, and he was like the first and only person, just because he was so cool, so confident, and so like astronomically funny. And I remember one day during like cross country practice, he like went up to me, and like we were all just cracking jokes and stuff, but obviously I was the one who was trying to do it the most. And he comes up to me and he's like, hey Josue, like you're a funny guy. And that was like coming from this guy who had like a meme page with like thousands of followers, and like every day like would write jokes and stuff. Like he would write them during lunch and everything, and people like just knew him as the funny guy. And when like he was like the funny guy of our school, I'm gonna be honest, like the funniest. And so when that guy tells you like you're a funny guy, that's like, you know, it speaks volumes of like and that's what we're going to be talking about today, the Lord and his adversaries. So I work at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I work at Buffalo Wild Wings, and a bunch of crazy shit happens like almost all the time. Like this is a really crazy story that happened. I was at work, right, and I was hanging out with my coworker, just sitting down, and then out of nowhere, the door slams open, and I can't make this up. Some guy just comes in, and he's just like beating his girlfriend. Like it's weird. They just come in and they're fighting, and so obviously, like me and my coworker, we go to break it up. We're like, dude, what's going on? And he's just like. He's like insane, he's just yelling at us, and then my manager comes over and he's like, this is weird, you guys need to leave. He's like, I ain't gonna leave, like, fuck you, fuck this place, fuck this bitch. And then I'm just like, this is messed up, what are we gonna do? My manager's like, Josue, just go call the police. And then this guy is like, if you call the police, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. And see, I wanted to be like, man, I hope the fuck you do, what do you wanna do? But instead I was like, sir, please calm down. I can't afford the hospital, like, just please don't beat my ass. And I called the cops, and they put me on hold. That was awkward. You ever do like what, right? 911, please hold. Like, all right, I'll just wait for this person to get, you know, their ass kicked. Tell you about it when you come back. Like, what? Yeah, we ended up beating his ass though, so happy ending. Yeah, God's good. I texted my family group chat about it. I was like, just got in my first fight and won. Thanks. I do suck with the ladies though. I do suck. Like it's bad. Like I really don't know what to talk about during dates. One time I went on a date and I really didn't know what to do. So I just at one point said, "Hey, let's play fuck, marry, kill. Your mom, your dad, me." That was an awkward way of finding out that she would marry her dad and fuck her mom. Like she's God did. God did.